I'm honored to be the ranking member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, and I know that I speak for my colleagues on both sides of the aisle when we talk about warm feelings and warm relations that we want to have and continue with Ukraine. I'm sure I'm not the first one to remark on the timeliness of this conference, given what's happening in Ukraine as we speak. I visited Ukraine several times, most recently on the 70th anniversary of Babi Yar, and I've always been profoundly interested in the history of Ukraine, its culture, and promises for the future. Our strategic partnership with Ukraine is of great importance to the United States. Looking at the conference program, I can see that other speakers have covered the bilateral relationship and our cooperation on non-proliferation, security interests, and peacekeeping, trade, and investment. And a secure Ukraine is a key U.S. foreign policy priority. And as such, Ukraine will be an even stronger ally and partner. Now, over the years, we've put a lot of effort into helping Ukraine, and we put a lot of effort into helping them strengthen democratic institutions, grow its economy, and promote the rule of law. And we have viewed European integration as a catalyst for central reforms. That's why I, like so many, was disappointed by the President's last-minute decision, the Ukrainian President, to suspend negotiations with the EU on an association agreement. This decision, influenced by intense outside pressure, went against the wishes of the majority of Ukrainians and derailed years of hard work and progress. So, as I've said repeatedly, I believe that the agreement with the EU represents a historic opportunity for Ukraine to help secure a more democratic and prosperous future for its people, and that's one reason why I authored HRES 402, which supported the European aspirations of Ukraine, along with Moldova, Georgia, and other states in the EU's European Partnership Program. So let me say that I've truly been moved by the fact that hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians from all walks of life have come out into the streets to show their support for democracy and integration with the West. The fact that the protests have been overwhelmingly peaceful makes them all the more impressive. Unfortunately, there have been exceptions, and I strongly condemn the raids, the violence by police on November 30th, the raids on December 9th, and the use of riot police during the night of December 11th. Violence against peaceful demonstrators is unacceptable and incompatible with democratic principles, and those responsible, especially for the egregious attacks on November 30th, must be brought to justice. We are watching very closely what's happening all over Ukraine, particularly in Kyiv, where my grandfather was born, and like everyone here, I'm very concerned about the possibility of further violence. Ukraine's authorities must respect and uphold essential freedoms of assembly and expression, and all parties must exercise restraint, avoid confrontation, and enter into dialogue. I am heartened by the President's Ukrainian President's recently expressed willingness to talk with the opposition, and a negotiated solution through good faith on all sides is the only way to resolve the current crisis. I want you to know that at the same time, I said in the letter to Secretary Kerry on Monday, the U.S. must make clear that we will not tolerate violence against peaceful demonstrators. Ukraine's leaders must understand that there will be consequences to their actions, and they must understand that we will hold those who authorize and engage in violence personally accountable, including by legislated action and targeted sanctions if necessary. So let me conclude by saying this is a critical moment, and you know this in Ukraine's history. The people of Ukraine have the right to have their voices heard. They have the right to choose their own future. The authorities in Kyiv must heed the wishes of their people as they speak out in favor of democracy and a European path for Ukraine. And as they do, they must know that they can count on my support, our support, and the Congress's support. Thank you very much.